Hi guys, I'm Chirag and welcome to part 9 of the tutorial series on Python basics tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to cover tuple in Python. So what exactly the tuple is? So basically a tuple is similar to list except for the syntax, and the most important is that we cannot modify the value or element in tuple once it is set or defined. So basically tuples are immutable. So basically tuple is a collection like list, right? So we can define tuples using parentheses. So let's have a look. So let's define a tuple. I will say t equal to parentheses 1 comma 2 comma 3, and I will say print t, as well as I will say print type of t to check what exactly it is, right? So now we will go ahead and run this. So I will say python 3 tuple underscore p10.py. Now here we have the tuple that is 1, 2, 3, and if we look at the type of t, that is the tuple type, right? So this is how you can define tuple, right? So it can also hold mixed data type content. So if I say hello or a string instead of 2, then it's going to work, right? So let's run this again. So as you can see, it's working fine, right? So it can hold basically mixed data types. So moving along. So here there's some tricky part. So if I say t equal to parenthesis 1, and if I say print, let me copy and paste, type of t, then what it will return? We expect that it should return class of tuple. So let's see. So here it says class of int. Now in case if I change this to a string, and if I run this again, then it will return string, right? So now here if we want to define a tuple with a single element, then you have to put in comma after that element, correct? And now let's run this. Now as you can see, it is returning the type as tuple, right? So this is how you can also define tuple with one element. So apart from that, we can also define tuple something like this, that is t equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, and I will say print t and type of t, correct? So let's run this. So here we have a tuple that is t and the type is tuple, right? So this is how you can also initialize or define the tuple. Now the similar thing will happen here also. So if I say t equal to 1, then here it's an assignment, right? That is t equal to 1. And now if I say print t, it will return 1. And if I say type of t, then it's going to be int, right? So let's have a look. As you can see, it's class of int and it's returning simple integer over here, right? So here also we need to put in comma at the end. And now if you go ahead and run this, then it's going to be a tuple, right? So this is how you can define tuple in multiple ways. Now let's define one more tuple. Let me comment this. I will say t equal to simple, maybe 1 comma 2 comma 3 or 4, let it be. Now here like list, we can also access elements by index. So if I say print t of 0, then it will return 1. Let me clear this, right? And if I say 2, t of 2, that's going to be 4. So we can access the element by index within tuple like we used to do in list. Now it also works with the negative index. So -1 will return the very last element, that is 4 in my case, correct? And we can also do slicing as we did in list. So we can say 0 to 2 basically, or 1. Let's run this. So here we have 1. If I say 0 to 2, it will return first two elements, that is 1, 2. So tuple also supports slicing, and this is how you can do slicing like list, right? Now, as I mentioned earlier, that tuples are immutable, or the values cannot be changed. Well, let's try it with an example. So let me comment this print statement. Now, if I say t of 0, let me try to assign a value at the index 0. Let me say hello, and let's say print t, and let's run this. Now, as you can see, it returned an error saying type error, tuple object does not support item assignment, right? So once the value is defined, you cannot change or modify the value within tuple, right? So this does not work. So basically tuple is immutable. Now, apart from that, tuple does have few methods, that is tuple.index, correct? So it will return basically the index of the given element. So if I say print t.index, I want to know the index of 2 element, right? And now if I run this, it will return 1. Now if I say t.index 4, it will return 2. So this is how you can fetch the index of the given element using .index method, correct? And apart from that, if you want to get the count of certain element within the tuple, let's say print t.count, so you can use count method, and let's say I want to count the element 4. So right now it's going to return 1, obviously. Now if I go ahead and add 4, 5, 6, and now if I say t.count fourth element, then it will return 2, because 4 element, that is number 4, is occurring twice within that tuple. Let me comment this. Now what if we want to concate two tuples? So let's say t1 equal to 1, 2, 3, and t2 equal to, I will say, hello world, followed by 4. Now concatenation is pretty simple. So all we have to do is use a plus sign, that is concate operator. So it's going to be t1 plus t2, and if we run this, then here it will return a single tuple by combining t1 and t2, that is 1, 2, 3, hello world 4, right? So that's basically the high level about tuple, or the basics about tuple in Python. So well, that's all I wanted to cover in this tutorial. And as usual, till that time, if you want me to do tutorial on any use case or service, then please leave them below, and I will try my best to come up with the tutorial as soon as possible. And if you have any queries or comments, then again please leave them below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.